Morrisville. My name is Peggy Walsh, and I'm here with Debby, Colgan, and Shawn, Ratti, three of our council members. And we have been reading and hearing so much about our neighboring towns getting grants and being able to implement walking paths and trails throughout their townships and their boroughs. And we wanted to explore some options that we have in Morrisville to create these connecting paths throughout our borough, from our natural beauty to our historic buildings. So we decided today to just give you one brief example of what can be accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely. River towns like Morrisville can especially benefit from creating connections to our natural landscapes, our historic treasures, and our downtown businesses. With safe, visible pathways, we can engage in healthy life activities, connect with neighbors, and enhance our quality of life.
Yeah, and a lot of Bucks communities are receiving these grants through various programs to help fund the cost of all these projects. So it's something we'd like to see Morrisville doing as well.
We have so much in place, and creating some of these connections will not be a heavy lift. Projects that enhance existing infrastructure are particularly attractive to funders. And so we just need good signage, improved trail services, community participation, and imagination.
So we're starting up here on the levee, and just about any time of day you can see joggers, families walking, people sitting on our benches.
Ducks.
Sometimes lots of geese and ducks. Often on the rocks over there, you'll see fishermen standing. It's just it's like a beautiful picture to see them. And then at noon, if you're out here, you'll see the Trenton State workers walking this trail loop that Debby talked about. That's part of the
East Coast Greenway Trail. It's an extension of that trail, which is a trail that connects all of the East Coast.
And we're between the two bridges. So we're located between the Trenton Makes Bridge and the Calhoun Street Bridge, which you can't see because of the trees. But it's just a gorgeous sight, and how lucky are we to be so close to something like this that people go on vacation to see, actually, and we have it all the time. So we're going to start here, and we already have steps in place to get us down into our beautiful Williamson Park.
Yeah, we have the pavilion here, which I know is a popular place for renting out for when we have parties and events here in town. I know I myself end up using this pavilion during our events we have in the summer, so it's a great little resource to have.
Okay, so let's go down the steps, and then we'll try to explore a pathway that could connect us all the way up to our library.
So I'm standing here at the bottom of the steps by the pavilion, and from here we envision a path that we could connect to that would wind around the entire park, that could be bicycle friendly, mark distances, and connect with park amenities.
But what we're going to do today is just explore one short path to the right that would take us behind the baseball field and to the right, and then connect us up to the library. So as we're walking to the right of the pavilion and try to envision like a hard surface path here, one of the things we see on our right is an exercise bench. And we certainly could put some of these low-cost structures throughout the park so that people could do different exercises. A little farther up, closer to the stage, there's actually a pull-up bar, and I often see people using both of these exercise grills, and we have the beautiful benches that the Girl Scouts made out of recycled plastic and gave to the borough. So it's just amazing what community members have done to make this park accessible for people.
And when we pass the pavilion, we hook up with an existing hard surface path that connects further through the park. And right now we're at the clubhouse.
Yeah, so this is one of the baseball fields in the clubhouse, which we're currently working on raising the money for the mural for this particular building here. Our mural, if you've not heard of it already, will be honoring a couple of our Morrisville sports legends. So we have Dick Hart on one side, we have Dan Napoleon on the other, and on the back we'll feature the 1955 Little League World Series. So this is what we are currently working to fundraise and to decorate, which is a great spot for it as well. And so if anybody is interested in helping to support, we're always looking for new donations to help celebrate the history and success here in Morrisville and our sports.
And at the end of this podcast, there will be a link that you can use to actually donate to the mural project. And it's Save Williamson Park is the organization that is taking care of the fundraising for this mural. And we're very grateful to them for getting this up and going. So as we continue to the right along this already existing path, you can see our stage and then also the t-ball field, the baseball fields in the distance, and we're going to head up toward the old snack shack, which is still used during baseball games.
So we're here now in front of the public restroom and one of the snack shacks as well. Now this is a great building. I think we have a lot of opportunities here with some improvements and some repurposing that we could also add murals and updates to this as well to help modernize this a little better.
From here, we'll continue to the right along the first baseline of the baseball field to the old pool snack shack, and we'll stop there and point out what a mural can look like the one that we're envisioning for here. And this surface will probably need some TLC, but we do have a path in place, so it wouldn't be a heavy lift to make it more, I guess, user-friendly or walker-friendly.
And maintainable.
So here we are at the old pool snack shack, and all the sides are covered with murals, and they really bring in the history of what it was like here in the days when we had the pool. And it's just a great example of how community coming together. This was all done by residents coming together, volunteering. I even had my granddaughter out here with painting, and she did this little spot over here. So it's very exciting to see this mural and have that memory.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great splash of color and great draw and appeal to people if they're coming by and looking for stuff here. I mean, great to actually kind of modernize and update this building a bit. Let's retrofit it with a bathroom and make it more accessible for the people inside. As well as we have the pavilion over here, which has picture tables, spot. It's got a sort of retro look to it as well. And it's a great resting place for people as they're traveling through the park. So this could have a lot of potential for a public facility. It just needs a little bit of TLC for it, a little bit of work put into it.
So we would probably extend this walkway that already exists by the snack shack, the old pool snack shack, down this way where you see Shawn standing, and then
well, that's when we would need an engineer who could help us determine where to put the path that would take us to Delmore and cross safely. We need a highly visible and safe walking path to the street. Even now, the crosswalk is not visible enough, and few cars can actually give right away to pedestrians.
And even now, very few cars stop at this crosswalk. And I really always worry about children crossing here to the park and getting hit by cars at speed, because they're coming down a hill and they really don't see this crosswalk. So we need some kind of visible structure.
Yeah, and I'm looking and noticing there's no signage that even mentions there being a crosswalk or yielding for pedestrians, which is very common with all the crosswalks I've been seeing modernized anymore.
Right.
So half of them probably don't even see that crosswalk who's even there before they're coming down this road.
And I think Debby reached out to Steve Santicero to work with PennDOT.
Right, when he does his annual PennDOT tour, we've asked Steve to take this up because it's a state road, looking at lowering the speed limits, putting visible, safe crossings so that our neighborhoods up above Delmore can reach our park here.
So we just crossed Delmore Avenue, and you can really see that there's already a path worn into the grass here from people who use this to go up the hill to the bridge and across the canal. But if this would not be ADA compliant, we have an alternative way to get up here. You could go down this sidewalk and around this zigzag and then get to the top of the hill that way.
Okay, so now we're here at Hillside, and you can connect to the canal walking this way, or up this way we connect to the canal towpath. So this is a major junction at the canal. To the south, it takes us to our downtown areas, and to the north, it takes us to Cafe Antonio, Actors Net, Calhoun Street Bridge, and here we've got our famous iconic Red Bridge.
Yeah, so our Red Bridge is dedicated to Dave Ney, a former councilman who actually helped years ago to rebuild and repurpose this bridge to keep that historic look to it as well. So this has been upkept and maintained thanks to council members before, and something we want to keep up and going and make sure that we are adding more charm like this to our area throughout this canal and this path. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cross the Red Bridge here. We're going to head up through this path here, which goes straight to our library from this connection.
Okay, so here we are on the bottom floor of the library, which our library book club meets here, some other organizations meet here, and this is where we have our children's program. And this is Alexandra Napoleon, who really has kept our children's programs going since we lost our children's librarian. And our big hope is that when we hire a director, we will be able to have this space open more for children to come for story hour and to have playtime here, which other libraries do.
So yeah, this path and this trail has just been one really great example of a lot of the different things we already have available and resources we have here in Morrisville, that it really wouldn't require a whole lot of work to unlock that full potential of what we have. So hopefully going forward, we'll get a chance to try out and check a few other type of locations and paths and show more of what Morrisville has to offer. But this being one great example, which can start and end in such fantastic places as well.
Thanks for tuning in to Your Voice, Our Morrisville. We look forward to seeing you again next month with another podcast. Thank you.